We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus 5:1. Shalom. Most High Christ bless. My name is Officer Abraham, and this is the
Armor of God, Armor of God radio show.
Yes,
all praise.
yes, sir.
We're back.
Yeah, we got another fire one. Like I already said, my name is Officer Abraham, and who I got with me today?
Officer Nahum.
Officer Hezekiah.
Officer Yarakab.
All right, hey, we got the main crew here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
You know, so
Thank you.
I appreciate
We got
the
Gad in the house too. We got Gad.
Yeah, I appreciate the applause. Gad in the house also. Gad giving a lot of round of applause. So, Khalil, what we talking about today?
Yes, sir. So, with all the famines that's going on in the world, with all the earthquakes, with all the bombings, with all the killing, this is Armor of God's show. And our topic for today is the signs of the time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, snap.
Hey.
What's going on out there?
Hey, for those of y'all who don't know, he came up with that in like few seconds.
Yep.
I don't know how he does it, but he sounds like one of the movie orators. You know, guys, like right before the movie come out.
Right.
That's what he sound like, man. So,
It's a natural.
yeah, he a natural at it, you know. First script I want to hit. Go to Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Read 10 and 11.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of God.
It said, put on the whole armor of God. Make sure you're talking right into the mic also.
Yes, sir.
It said, put on the whole armor of God. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right, because there's a lot of evil that's going on in this world, a lot of things that's going on in this world. And if we're not on God's side, putting his armor on, this Bible on, then we have no chance to stand against what this world is tossing at us.
Right.
We have no chance. So we have to make sure that we put on this Bible, we put on that armor, which is why we entitled the show, The Armor of God.
Radio show.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and dig into some of our articles.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it, man.
Hey, this guy sounds tired. This guy right here next to me sounds tired. Hezekiah sound tired.
Tired.
Wake up, man. Go ahead. What we got? Let's get our first article. We waiting on IT, everybody. Okay. In the meantime, what you got?
ITM. Yeah, I guess why he's getting that. I'll throw a scripture out there while he's playing with the IT. Give me that in Matthew chapter 24. Let's start at verse 4.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
He said, listen up, just pay attention. He said, don't let no man deceive you. Why? It's going to be a lot of people coming to deceive. Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Right. They're going to deceive men. They're going to deceive many of the Israelites, many of the chosen, okay? And we're going to get some of these topics here. So you ready? Go ahead, get that right there for me.
All right, here we go. That's the first one? All right, let's get it. It says flooded history. Enormous. Oh, yeah, okay, there we go. I'm thinking this is the one you told me about with Haiti at first.
Oh.
So, okay, that's two instances. So here we go. Flooded history. Enormous NC Lake hides multiple ghost towns. Legendary monster.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Talking about a Loch Ness monster, right? Hey, this is the Loch Ness monster right here. Them hiding your history.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's craziness right there.
It's the missing link.
It's the missing link. Now, I remember, y'all might remember what I'm talking about when I'm saying this. They had, I forget the name of the town that was underwater. It was in Georgia.
Yeah, a bunch of places.
Yeah, but I only found out about those, what was it, a year or two ago? But they've been flooded since
way back
when.
Right.
You know? And now we're finding out that right here now in our back door, our backyard, they got them in North Carolina too.
They're flooded. Look, man-made lakes. Think about it. They man-made because they covered man's, you know what I'm saying, towns. What man is it? The so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Their descendants, their people's lands. You know what I'm saying? Because they was here first. You know, I mean, the Native Americans and the Hispanics were here. Then they brought the slaves over here, and they had towns like Rosewood. You had Black Wall Street, all these communities, but they want to hide our stuff. They say, you know what, we're gonna flood these Negroes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Lake Norman, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, Lake Norman.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about where is that?
Lake Norman is in is right above Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
a lot of people that got money, a lot of we would call so-called high class people, they live up there. You know what I'm saying, in Lake Norman. I can't remember the actual county, like where it is exactly at, but what is it? I'm trying to remember the town. I know some people that live up there.
Yeah,
but. Michael Jordan, I think he may got a house there. You got a lot of people, some famous people got homes there. You got to have some money to live there off that lake. So it's a high value place, but think about it. But there's a secret about those high value places.
Yeah, and I remember driving past that place quite a few times, actually. I think it's in between Matthews and I forget the name of the other city, but I remember driving past it quite a few times, and the scenery over there is magnificent, the way they built it. So only to find out that underneath the water, there were whole civilizations that were once there. Hey, go back to the article. Again, signs of the times.
Right.
So we talking to y'all about certain things that's going on around the world that you may have missed, you may not know. That's why we're talking about it today.
But why you getting that right there? These are the towns, right? I had to look it up.
Go ahead.
So Lake Norman is like where you'll see Mooresville, North Carolina.
Right.
Cornelius, Huntersville. There's a big old lake that's, this place here is like right outside Concord, right outside Kannapolis, Salisbury, Hickory. It's like right in the middle of all that. And if you live outside that lake or within that lake, your house is worth a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
A lot of big businesses.
So let's see what this says here. Yerika, read that where it says thousands. Where it start from there?
Thousands of people swim, fish, and boat across the surface of North Carolina's large recreational lakes each year. However, many have no idea that just beneath the surface rests remnants of lost history, forgotten by time.
Lost history? Whose history?
Yeah, right. Whose history? You know what? Even that, we didn't even dig into the article yet, but it makes me think, how did you all of a sudden discover that there were civilizations under there?
Right.
Make me think about that. Because I never heard of no civilization being put underwater until we brought it out in Georgia.
Yep.
It was, and now I'm starting to see, oh, well, look, more civilizations underwater and so on and so forth.
Look, think about the coalition, the comparison. Down south, you got Georgia, you got North Carolina.
Yep.
Hey, what about Tennessee? What about Louisiana? What about all these other places?
Yep.
They may have flooded out.
You know what? You say, okay. Now I'm from Louisiana. And there is something about certain places that you go there that had, because the way they had to build the city, right? They had to get rid of a lot of water. They had to kind of funnel it out, levees and so on and so forth, so they could build New Orleans up. It was swampland. But the water that they had mushed out, they had to push it somewhere. They had to push that water somewhere. It only makes me think that maybe they flooded out other towns to build a bigger one.
Right.
I can't prove it, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they probably did that.
Well, while you're speaking of that, I know Alabama, they have this mountain that's called Killer Mountain, and the reason why, because it's very hard to, a lot of like truck drivers are go up the steep mountain or go down. It's kind of hard to put your grade on to slow down your truck, and a lot of people got killed that way. But they have this narrow bridge that's real old and rickety, and you look to the right, there's another bridge that doesn't even be used, but you'll see a left side full of water, the right side with nothing on it. And I always thought, like, what happened to that right side of water? Why it's not all collided together? So it was always like that. There's no dam over there. If you may be thinking that, there's no dam out there. So I never understood that.
You know what? To that point, I was watching this TikTok video, right? Still going into the flooded towns. I was watching this TikTok video about this guy who likes to plant beans and whatnot inside of moist land that ponds used to be at. He had this pole, and he can easily flood one side of the other land, so that way the water could drain out. He plants his beans and whatever at the right time of the year, and then once the year is finished, he moves the water right back over. So it makes me think that the same way how he does that, like small with that pond, they do it with big lakes and
dams. Yeah.
And dams.
Hey, you know what? You're right, because that dam would stop the water. You know, like especially in a lot of those big lakes, they have what you call those nuclear dams, right?
Yeah, that's right.
For you have power, electricity, and so on and so forth. Because even Jordan Lake is like that. I, if I'm correct, I think Jordan Lake got a town buried underneath it too, and it was a black town.
Yeah,
right. I think that was on the list also. It was a list that came out a while back.
Was it?
Lakes that was flooded, yeah.
So Jordan Lake is a famous lake in the Raleigh area. Raleigh, it's in Wake County, and some other surrounding county, but mainly Wake County. Like it's like right outside Apex in Holly Springs. And Sanford too, So you got to look at that. A lot of people go to those recreation parks to go camping, go fishing, take their boats out there, and they got a big dam out there, and they got a nuclear plant that's there as well. So, but they flooded it. Because if they let that dam go, guess what? That water got to go somewhere.
Exactly.
Yep.
But they set the dam up, the water still got to go somewhere.
Right. There's a lot of evil that's been done to our people.
That's exactly why we pulled the scripture where it says that we may withstand the wiles of the devil.
Right.
Because if we didn't have the armor, right? If we didn't have the armor, we wouldn't even be able to see some of these things that's going on right now. Right. Like that makes me think about an area that we used to visit a while back in South Carolina, Star.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought about it when you was talking about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
That reminds me of that area because y'all know.
Yeah.
Viewers, those of y'all who actually are from South Carolina in that area and you camp out sometimes inshore. But there's an area that we had to cross over a bridge, and you get to see the dam. And it was like huge, massive dam. But right below it, it looks like they have it was a small little river, and downstream is a town.
Yes.
It just makes me wonder. It's little things that make you go,
Because you got to remember too, where that dam is at, it's on the border of South Carolina and Georgia.
In Georgia.
Augusta. Right down Augusta.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I believe that's part of the Savannah River too that goes through there. If I'm correct, I think that's that river that, you got the Savannah River that goes through Savannah.
Yes.
I think it's that river because it says something in there about Savannah River.
Nah,
but it conjoins to that lake, like Jordan Lake.
Yeah,
it's got I think the Noose River. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Noose River.
It may be, but I remember passing through Savannah's river going through South Carolina the back way. It's like the swamp way.
Yeah,
and then they say, what's the sister name that on the railroad? I forgot her name.
Harriet Tubman?
Harriet Tubman. I don't know how I forgot it, but they said Harriet Tubman River, meaning she used that way to get to the Underground Railroad.
Oh, wow.
But it may connect.
But you got to think about it though. That's why I want you to go back to that scripture there in Matthew 24 and verse 4 and 3. I mean verse 4 and verse 5.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Right, because we all been lied to all this whole time. None of us knew anything about this river, this water mass that was covering a black city, right, or a thriving black city back in the days. Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
Right, who did that? What people came in here with Christianity that did that, who had the control to do that.
The devil.
Right. Hold that. Give me go to 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 4 real quick.
That was perfect, by the way. That was perfect.
2 Corinthians 11 to 4, because these people, they the ones that set up church and state. You know, it's a lot that they did to the Native Americans too. Because remember, they was here and they done destroy a lot of their lands, took over their property. You know what I'm saying? Look what they did to the slaves that built the cities for them. Read.
Right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus.
Hear that? It say, he that comes that preaches another Jesus. He the one came in the name of Christ with the cross, right? Saying Christ and that Christ was white. Read.
Whom we have not preached.
Because our forefathers didn't preach of a Caucasian image of Jesus. Okay, read.
Or if ye receive another spirit, which ye have not received, or another gospel.
Right, that's that other good news, which is Christianity, okay? Because God never gave man religion. He never gave us religion. Okay, he gave us law, statutes, and commandments to abide by. Read.
Which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
Right, because a lot of our people are lost into that. They're lost in the sauce. They walk around with a cross and they just sin. In the midst of sin, in the midst of smoking, high, drunk, whatever, you know. So we're gonna touch on a lot of stuff. You know, I know there's a lot more to touch on, but go ahead, officer.
Yeah, no, that's fire. You had some?
Yeah, I just pulled this up real quick. Jordan Lake. It was on. This is from ABC 11 News. Let me go down here. It says, when people take their boats out on the waters of Jordan Lake, they may not realize they're floating above an entire buried community.
But
You see there?
damn,
Hey, isn't Jordan Lake? Yeah, where the bombs at? Isn't Jordan Lake over there near Garner?
yeah, it's over there in right off US 1.
Right off US. Okay, so yeah,
where
it's like,
Apex and Holly Springs, Cary, it's right outside Cary, right in between. You might say right in between like Cary, Holly Springs, Apex, and Sanford.
so okay, it's like way far down. You know, Tryon Road. It's like way far down that area.
Not sure, but I just know it's off of US. If you take US 1,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I took my wife to walk on a trail over there.
and they got trails there too.
Yeah, I took my wife to walk on a trail over there, and it's a lovely trail. It's about a mile and change, but it's a good trail, right? I had no idea that underneath that water, that lake, was a community. What? That's great. And it be stuff right around you. You be having no idea. What else the article say, man? That's craziness.
But that's what I think. That's what they do it for, to get you distracted by the scenery.
That's what I'm saying. It.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It.
Don't let no man deceive you.
Yeah, don't let no man deceive you. There was that song by Childish Gambino? Must stay woke.
Oh, you're right. Exactly.
It's creeping. I ain't gonna say it.
Wow.
Go down. Scroll down. I'm gonna read this part just to speed it up a little bit because we do have other articles. It says Lake Norman isn't the only North Carolina lake with history drowned underneath. Several large man-made recreational lakes have ghost towns underneath.
Wow.
Lake Norman, however, has more than just one or two pieces of history hidden underneath.
Whoa.
That's craziness. More than one. There is an entire Revolutionary War battlefield from 1781, the remains of a 1930s summer camp, remnants of old plantations, homes, highways, an abandoned airplane crash, and even legends of a Loch Ness monster known as Normie.
Wow.
What the hell is this?
Yeah, where was the bomb? I was about to say, where was the bomb at?
That's crazy.
Hey, that's mind blowing. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you why I believe it even more. I don't know about the Loch Ness monster part, but I'll tell you why I believe it.
Damn, Bell and the Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know about the Loch Ness monster part right there, but I'll tell you why I do believe that.
Right.
You ever wondered when you're driving down certain? This is again signs of the times.
Come on.
Right. Evil shall be increased. You ever wondered when you're driving through the country, right? When I go out there and I see certain plantations, you might see whether it's cotton, whether it's sugar, whatever, right? I always be looking. I was like, I know somewhere over here is an old slave hut.
It's always in the cut.
I be looking for some of them, right? But you notice that a lot of them aren't up anymore. It's probably because they drowned a lot of them.
Yeah. Right.
They drowned a lot of those, a lot of the war fields where they, because there's stuff that's over. They was like, we don't need people to see this.
Yep.
Let's put on the persona. Matter of fact, go to 2 Corinthians 11 and 2. They done got me started off in there.
Put on that persona.
Yeah. They put on that persona that they're all good and they want to hide it. Give me that.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 2.
I think that's a scripture.
For I am jealous.
Nope. I want the angel of light, like Officer Nahum just had said. What is that? Verse 3? Verse 4?
Verse 4.
Give me verse 4.
For if he that, 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 4. For if he that cometh preacheth another Jesus.
So he that came to us, started back when the Native American Indians and the Hispanics were over on this side first.
14.
Verse 14?
Yes.
Let me jump down.
Yes, I do want you to jump down, but I'm gonna finish this point. The person that came over on this side of the world that had forced Christianity on the Native American Indians and the Hispanics preach another Jesus. Matter of fact, finish that scripture in 4. Go ahead.
Whom we have not preached.
Who the Bible never talked anything about this kind of gospel that the white man brought.
Right.
Over on America that is still being taught today. Go ahead.
Or if ye receive another spirit.
So there's a different spirit that comes with Christianity that the Bible does not back. Go ahead.
Which ye have not received. Or another gospel.
Read.
Which ye have not accepted.
So go to now 14. Another gospel. But here's the point.
Verse 14. And no marvel. For Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Oh my God. So Satan himself, the devil.
Right.
Huh? That's what I was looking for right there.
Yeah.
The devil changed himself to make you believe he's God. And the way he did it is he hid all of the artifacts.
Right.
He drowned all of the history. And he was like, look, I'm a good man. I'm good folk.
Hey,
made him a
before
perfect
that, before that, give me Job 9 and 24.
Bring it out.
Because this is the history here, right here. Because he came preaching that other Jesus. This is how he did it, right? You know, he was in power. Who's gonna take him out of power when he was in his time to rule and reign?
Right.
When we had messed up, we broke the commandments and fell off. So guess what? Now he has his time to rule, but look how evil and conniving what he did. Read.
Right. This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Who the man that came over with that white image of Christ, right? Said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, because that white Christ is taught throughout the whole earth. Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Right. And not only was it taught on earth, he's even taught in the space station. Read. He covered the what?
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Because the main judge is Christ, right? Then you got the Most High God, but you got Christ, you got the Israelites.
Right.
Those are the judges, and you read in the scriptures, you never read about a Caucasian image. Right. They're all people of dark skin color, melanin color. Read. Right.
If not, where and who is he?
If not, who didn't do it and who did do it? You know, you got to ask yourself, we didn't do it, they did it.
Right. Read it again.
I already know you're going
to. You might be in the spirit. Go ahead. Read
Job
it.
9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
By drowning them.
Boom.
Wow. Wow.
That's what he drowned them.
He drowned them.
That was it.
Exactly. I felt it when you said it. You know what I mean? He drowned them. He made sure that we ain't had no major history that going to build us up to go do like they gave us 1921. But you know, when the woman went to the Capitol, or they went to the senators or the highest state up there to tell them about the history, the lady was 100 and something years old, our sister, and she told them what happened. All they said to her was, "Hey, thank you for making America great again. We can just learn from our mistakes and do better." That's what they left her with.
That's ridiculous.
What's going on? She went through all that trauma, lost all her family members doing Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that's all you're going to say. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's craziness, man.
Look, like you know what they did? They drowned a lot of our cities, and they burned a lot of our cities.
And
So
they
water
burned
and fire.
Yep.
Water and fire.
Wow.
Hey,
You don't find that suspicious?
extremely suspicious.
Wow.
We can definitely talk about that for a while. Let's go to the next article.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this next thing that's going on. Now, those of y'all in America, you know what's been going on as of recent at the sound of this radio show. Currently, you have to put on masks. Because there's a lot of smog inside of your air.
Right. Think about some of y'all that has bad respiratory infections or asthma and stuff like that. Hey, a lot of y'all have been pumping y'all breathing treatments quite often.
Yeah, buddy, that Plumacort and all of that other stuff. I know because I had asthma. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Because I had asthma. So here's the thing. Before we play that, I do want to make mention of this. Now, the masks, they're only going to cover just a very small portion of the carbon dioxide that you're breathing in from that smoke. If you wanted to properly prep for something like this, which you should have been, and we made mention of prepping for the last days, we had a whole show on it, two parts. You need to have a mask with a filter. I think it's called a P2 filter that you need, so that way you can block out the carbon dioxide coming into your mouth and nose.
So you got to walk around like Bane?
You got to walk around like Bane, because outside looking like Blade Runner. So I mean, we you got to make sure you prepare for that thing.
Right, that's crazy.
So cause right now, New York City looks exactly like every sci-fi film that we seen growing up. And it looks like, you know what I'm talking about, like Mad Max and whatnot. Almost.
Yeah, Mad Max on the Thunderdome. Hey, look, how you gonna make the sun turn red?
Exactly. Let's go ahead and play the video.
It's one of the worst air qualities ever recorded. Images are startling, even apocalyptic.
They say being outside is like smoking.
Pause. You said the images are startling, even apocalyptic. I want 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I think it's verse 2 and 3.
You know what, too? Why are you getting that? I'm trying to figure this out. You know how the atmosphere, what they show us according to the Weather Channel, right? So usually the rain comes from the west, right, and from the south, and it moves north, right? How the hell is that smoke coming down to the south?
Hey, you know what? You know what?
That's heavy right there.
That is crazy because I think Saskatchewan in Canada is on the west coast. I think that's on the west coast, and then. Huh?
Is it? Okay. I think maybe it is. You might be right. I don't.
I'm trying to remember, but I know that they have wildfires is going on over there on that side of Canada, and they have wildfires going on over on the east. Right now, their wildfires go on a lot, right? But there's only a fraction of 1% of the forest. As much fire, as much smoke is in the air right now. Only a fraction of 1% of Canada's massive forest has been burning. Only a fraction of 1%.
Right.
And this is how bad it is. Imagine when that thing really set ablaze.
Wow.
What you got for me, Yerikab? I think it will. Where is it? The fire shall be off scent. That's what I want.
Yeah, why he's getting that thing, man? Hey, that's heavy, man. Now you're gonna have a lot of people running to the hospital. A lot of people trying to get the respirator, the breathing treatments. So those things is gonna be low. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be running low on the equipment. You know what I'm saying? For that, hey, people gonna be jacked up. People can walk. Kids, a lot of people, kids already messed up. Hey, this also messes with your sinuses, so on and so forth.
Hey, 5 and 8. That's what it was.
5 and 8.
Yeah. 5 and 8. 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, and verse 8.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
There shall be a confusion also in many places.
Right? Because a lot of people don't know what's going on.
Right.
A lot of people have no idea what's really going on. That's why I came up with the show called The Signs of the Times, because maybe you don't know what a stop sign looks like.
Right.
We're gonna help you. We're gonna help you spell it out. We're gonna let you know there's a big old red sign going on. All right. The signs are right there in your face. Go ahead.
And the fire shall be off sent out again.
What did God say? In the what?
And the fire shall be off sent out again.
Right. The fire shall be oft sent out again.
That's often.
Yeah. Often.
Right. Constantly.
Constantly. We didn't even finish playing the video. You had something you was gonna say?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Even apocalyptic.
They say being outside is like smoking 3 to 11 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I feel bad for you
The more
smokers.
pollutants in the air, the worse quality air people are up against.
You could not see anything behind this reporter this morning. The air quality in New York
Yo,
City
pause
today
it real
was
quick. I know y'all can't really see the imagery, but if you looked at any news, any images of what New York looked like when this thing first got, it probably still look like that right now. The sky is like damn near blood orange.
Right.
Like that's what it looks like. It honestly looks like not far away from that city, a bomb went off, a lot of smoke went up and then covered that city. I'm gonna tell y'all, the next birthing pain of this planet before Israel gets delivered is coming. It's right around the corner.
And it's working its way fast.
It's working its way here because the first, I'm gonna tell you a big one, a big birth pain that had happened was COVID-19 when the world really stopped. That's the first time it ever happened in life.
That's right.
To that degree, COVID-19 shut it down. That was a big birthing pain. There were others before it, but that one right there, while Israel was waking up, that was a big one. Here's another one. Not saying this is it yet, but another one is coming. Another one is coming. Go ahead.
worst in the entire world. Even worse than Delhi, the Indian city which is known for its noxious air. And in Times Square, tourists were shocked by the smoke. 100 million people here in the U.S. across 13 states are impacted.
All right, pause. All right, so now the 13 states that's really being affected by this, and it sucks because I got to work outside all the time.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Massachusetts, Delaware, New Jersey, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Rhode Island. I'm missing one.
Vermont.
All right. Those are, I think that was 13. I may have missed one or two, but it's okay.
Delaware.
Those are the ones that are being affected, primarily in the Northeast.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And those got big major cities right there. Matter of fact, you got a big interstate where a lot of things transport up there, I-95.
Yeah, buddy. Because a very huge percentage of the United States population are within those 13 states.
Bruh.
A massive part of the United States population are within these states that's listed. I'm talking like,
you know what?
Close to half. Go ahead.
And the thing is this: how is look at all those states, right? That it listed. And you got a state, Maine, that's at the tippity top, right?
Yep.
How the hell that they ain't get affected?
I think it's how the wind is blowing or something. I don't know.
Detroit is right there on the border of Canada too. They ain't even get hit like that.
That's what I'm saying. None of that up there got hit, but it's not that far up.
It's literally right beside it.
Yeah, but they deliberately just blowing that stuff.
Yeah, it's like straight down.
You don't find that suspicious?
Hey, I believe 100% God is directing that smoke.
Oh yeah. He
want some attention of people that's within these 13 states right here. He want their attention.
You want them to repent.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get that in whatchamacallit. First give me I want Amos 3 and 6 real quick. And then we're gonna jump from Amos 3 and 6. Give me that in Isaiah 45. You know what I'm talking about? That precept with it. But you know what? Give me that 3 and 6.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Right, a trumpet is a warning. A warning should be blown in the city, and the people, you're going to be scared when you hear a warning happen, right? Read.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? That's the question. So we got to find out about this evil. Where does the evil come from? Is that what I wanted that y'all recall? Isaiah 45?
And 7.
And 7. Yeah, get that for me.
Bring
it out.
I got you. Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness.
So we know the Most High said, I formed the light from the beginning of Genesis and created darkness. Read.
I make peace.
He said, I make peace on the earth. Read.
And create evil.
He said, I create the evil. Yes, that's the answer to the question is yes. Keep reading.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
Hear that? He said, I do all these things. Ain't no devil running around here, no spiritual Satan running around doing what he wanted to do. He said, I do all these things. Read.
Drop down, ye heavens, from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness.
Right. So, I mean, well, that's all I need there. But he let you know he makes the rain come and rain on everybody. You know, he make the sun shine on everyone. But I just want to show you who created the evil.
Right.
Okay.
Can I just get Matthew chapter 10, verse 34? Because a lot of our people think it's supposed to be a walk in the park. Jesus Christ still all loving. It's going to get better. It's going to be peace soon. No, it's not getting no better. It's never going to get no better. Watch. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34.
Bring it out.
Think not that I am come to spend peace on earth.
He said spin. We're going to spend some peace.
Correction.
Read it again.
Correction. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
There it is.
Oh my God.
I used to like that.
Let me spend some peace.
That's what he doing. Hey, look, tell him that's how they talking done. Tell him.
It's been peace.
You're your own.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, though.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Mm-hmm.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
He didn't come to send peace on earth. It came to get worse and worse so you can check yourself that you may repent. That's the point. He ain't come here to make you be comfortable in your captivity, but he came to send a sword to disrupt your life with all these events that's happening. That's the point why these things are happening.
Hey, go to Exodus. Chapter 10 and verse 21. So here's the thing, right? All of these things that's happening. This place, matter of fact, hold that. Go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. If y'all watch the show, y'all know the Apocrypha is a part of the Bible. I ain't got to say it. But if you didn't, well, you're finding out now.
That's right.
All right, go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and give me verse, hold on, let me see. I want verse, let's see what 10 and 11 say. Get that.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 10.
Come on.
Bring it out.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Read.
I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Right, he said, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. This place, America, is spiritual Egypt. That's this place here. Watch, come on.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
And what? Now listen to this part.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before.
He said, and I'm going to smite Egypt. I'm going to hit Egypt with plagues just like I did back in the day.
Right.
That the Lord, read it from the top again. Look who's behind it. Read it from the top.
But I will bring them.
But I, that's God, will bring them. Go ahead.
With a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
Read.
And smite Egypt with plagues as before.
Read.
And will destroy all the land thereof.
Read one more verse. Come on.
Egypt shall mourn.
Egypt shall mourn. They shall be in bitterness, sad, because they have people right now. Believe it or not, this smoke is going to cause a lot of people to die over time.
Right.
This right here is affecting a lot of people's blood, their circulatory system, their respiratory system.
Right.
Is going to cause some problems. Just wait for it. It didn't happen immediately, but just wait and see how many people die from this thing. Go ahead.
And the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it.
And that's going into the bombs. Right? Exodus
10 and what?
21.
Right.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 10 and verse 21.
Now I'm going to tell you, this is what I'm about to read actually goes into nuclear bombs, and then this place has a very strong darkness that comes over this whole entire land. But watch how it plays into what we're looking at with these wildfires. Come on.
And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, and there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Read it again.
It says, and the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt.
Read.
Even darkness which may be felt.
How you gonna feel this darkness right here though? Back then they was able to they was going crazy back then in the darkness, right? How do you feel this one? When you inhale that smoke, that thing start causing problems in your body.
Right.
Yep.
You're gonna feel that darkness.
Yeah. Yep.
You're gonna feel that. But if you keeping God's commandments, go ahead.
And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days.
Read.
They saw not one another.
Read.
Neither rose any from his place for 3 days.
Now, this is the part I want. Go ahead.
But all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling.
They dwell safely with the Lord. They're going to be all right.
Right.
They're going to be all right. That's the point. Yeah, something you was about to say, officer? No? What the, did we finish that video? Okay, go ahead.
Due to the wildfires that have erupted in Canada.
Several large wildfires burning out of control and just getting huge plumes of this smoke.
Look at this scene in New York, something like the surface of Mars.
The best advice right now is to stay indoors. Many school districts have canceled.
That's a very good explanation because I didn't think about that. It does look like Mars out there.
Damn.
It does. I never thought about that, but that's exactly what it looks like.
Dude.
It looks like Mars.
The red planet.
And now looking at it, I'm just thinking to myself, Elon wants to go there. I'm like, so you getting a picture of it. Here you go. I mean, if you want to build a big city like New York in Mars, that's how it's going to look right there.
Hey, like Total Recall.
Yeah, it's going to look like absolute Total Recall. They have this, well, I'm not going to get into it. We're going to talk about that. We have some good stuff coming up on Armor of God. We're going to start breaking down series, shows, movie reviews, and so on and so forth. Just stay tuned. And we definitely going to dig into more things, just like what Officer Nahum just mentioned, right? But this scene right here, the way that it looks, it does look exactly like Mars. That's wild. Go ahead.
Field trips and all outdoor activities. If we look at the weather, it says air quality alert, 160, unhealthy. Should we even be outside right now?
Well, again, that unhealthy refers to the sensitive parts of the population. I think for most adults, healthy adults, we won't have much of an effect. So if you have an air conditioner, shut the window.
I'm looking at this. And we have brothers that's out there right now, and they took pictures, live pictures. It looks exactly like this.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that'll affect most adults.
Right.
Healthy or not, the way it look out there.
They have videos of people looking around like, what's going on? But you don't know, but you're inhaling all that in you.
We taught yesterday in Lewisburg.
Come on.
Right? And Officer Nahum, you can back this up, right? We always ask people if they watch the news.
Right.
Our own brothers and sisters, Black Hispanics, Native Indians, right? They never know what's going on in the news.
Right.
They never, ever know.
That's ridiculous.
That's a problem.
Well, it's scary.
Listen, when food gets short, when things start rising like that, and then now there's pandemonium, they're going to be the first ones committing some crime.
Right. And I want to touch on this kind of stuff that we're showing right now. Give me Joel 2:30-32. Just real quick, read it fast. This stuff right here that we're seeing, it was already prophesied that this was going to happen. So this is right here is trying to keep you aware and waking up to the truth of what's really happening to the world. Watch this, read that.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 32.
That's what
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever.
That's Joel 2:30.
32. Yeah, 2 and 32.
No, Joel 2 and just verse 30.
Oh, verse 30.
We'll read down, yeah.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heaven.
Where he say he gonna show wonders at?
In the heaven.
Come on.
And in the earth.
Watch this.
Blood and fire.
What he gonna show in the earth?
Blood and fire.
Read the next part.
And pillars of smoke.
That's what you're seeing right now.
Hey, look, you know what?
You're definitely seeing that.
That thing that dark red, like almost like some blood.
Watch. No, they said it. The moon looked like a blood moon when that happened.
Hey,
go ahead.
On our way out to Lewisburg,
come on. That moon.
I was driving, and I was like, it looks red up there. Now, when you just look at the sky, you would think it's normal,
right?
Until you look at something outside of Earth,
right?
Like at the moon. You're like, wow, man.
But they think that's not in the Bible. Let's read on.
Go ahead.
Verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness.
You barely can see the sun. I know y'all can't see it, but I know y'all a lot of people witness that in the news if you watch it. But you barely can see the moon. Go ahead.
The sun.
The sun. I'm sorry.
And the moon into blood.
The moon and what?
The moon into blood.
Go ahead, you know?
Before the great and terrible day of the Lord come.
But this is a sign for what? Read it again.
Before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes.
So this is what signs are for. Signs of the times. Before who come? The Lord.
Right. Give me get with that. Give me Revelations 1 and 3 real quick. Because that's what we're doing. This is, the armor of God. We're reading out prophecies and showing you, we're correlating and showing you the times, how they line up with the Bible, okay? And, it behoove you to pay attention to this thing. Read and listen to this, but read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Hear that? They said, blessed is he or she that readeth. You reading the Bible, studying and applying what you read and read it again.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
Right. The ones that hear the words are doers. Okay, read.
And keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
For the time is at hand. Man, we in the signs of the time.
Right.
So if you're affected by that smoke, well, hey, give me the give me the next article.
Hey, officer, if I may, while they're getting the next article, I actually saw on an article where they showed a satellite video.
Let me see that, because I was thinking about that. It's funny you said that, because I was wondering if they had satellite imagery, but I didn't even bother to ask it. I was just going to keep moving. So since you said it, that's the spirit. Go ahead. I want to see what you got.
Yes, sir.
I want to see what you got. In the meantime, while he's getting that, I just want to reiterate. Again, we talking about the signs of the times, and you have to put this armor on. The whole reason we talking about this is because a lot of people do not watch the news. They don't even listen to it. You have to know what's going on so you can prep. That's what Christ was going into the parable about. You could tell what the weather is going to be tomorrow, but you can't tell the signs of the times. That's what he's talking about. All right, what we got?
Yes, sir. When I watched this, it was showing.
Make sure you're talking into the mic.
Yes, sir. When I watched this, it was showing how the fires started in Canada in various places, but they all started at the same time, like it was time.
Simultaneously.
I see that.
All of Quebec just caught fire at the same time. Now, y'all hearing the music, but we seeing visuals. Just search up all of Quebec just caught fire at the same time. Y'all see the TikTok video or the YouTube short. So pause it real quick if you could. So that I can definitely say to the point that we was talking about earlier. That was not man-made. That right there, God did it. He said, that's what we read in 2 Ezra 5 and 8. The fire shall be often sent out. He said it's going to often be sent out. He's giving you warnings to say, listen, the time is getting closer. I don't want to say, I ain't staying up. He's not going to keep Christ up there the whole time. He going to send him back one day. He's like, I'm not going to stay up here the whole time. I'm giving y'all time. I'm giving you time. I'm gonna give you another. Here's another sign right here. Here you go. Here's another sign. You need more?
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep. I'm tired. Listen, y'all. Don't sleep. You don't want to be one of the ones looking up saying, "Wow, this is a strange salvation that I'm starting to see here."
Bruh.
You don't want to be one of them.
Don't slumber.
Don't slumber.
It's heavy that you say that. I'm trying to find that script though. Go ahead.
Give me the next article. So that's the fire. That's the fire. I want the next thing. Here's another thing that you got to worry about that's always been on our, this is a pun, that's always been on our plate or in our cups. Thousands of gallons of cow manure spills into NC River. Disgusting.
Bruh.
So a mysterious material found floating in South Fork Catawba River in Gaston and Lincoln counties turned out to be cow manure.
Bruh.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all of the articles, this one in particular, right? You know why this one disturbs me just y'all gonna think I'm weird for this, but this one disturbs me just a bit less than the other ones. Because guess what Bill Gates is already doing?
Already burning down farms.
No, not that. Yes, that's true. But he made a plant to where he drinks water, fresh water, from human feces. Or
What the hell is this?
It was human feces, and I think it was animal feces up in there.
Wow.
He says it, and he drunk it right in front of you. He's like, see, drinkable.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. So this stuff right here, you know how long this probably been going on, but we only getting the information right now.
And you know what? The funny thing about it, y'all gonna laugh at this. This
Ezekiel 4.
The two counties that it's talking about, you got Lincolnton County and you got Gaston County, right? Mm-hmm. Lincoln County, and Gaston County, and you got a town called Lincolnton, North Carolina.
Yep.
And guess where it borders it to?
Well,
Lake Norman.
Wow. See that? The irony.
Wow.
The irony.
Of defeat.
The irony.
That's crazy.
The irony.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, things that make you go, for real. Hey, check this out. That actually is pretty crazy. Check this out. Ezekiel chapter 4. Yeah, that's right. Nahum showing me the map. It's right there next to it. Hey, that's the Lord did the sign right there. He's like, see, this crap. He said, y'all got y'all nice houses over here, but I'm gonna tell you something. Look, y'all full of crap.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
There's a lot of stuff going on here in the Carolinas, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bruh.
It's coming up.
Give me Ezekiel chapter 4. The scripture I want, you know what
13.
I'm talking about, right? 13 is the one?
Yes, sir.
I want you to start up just a bit.
12.
Start at 9.
9 to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 4 and verse 9.
Come on.
Bring it out.
Read a little quick too. Come on.
Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and fitches and put them in one vessel.
So these are all things that you can eat, clean stuff, right? He said, put them in one vessel. I want you to hear the analogy that he's giving Ezekiel. Go ahead.
And make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side.
Go ahead.
390 days shalt thou eat thereof.
Right, so make enough food for this amount of time. Go ahead.
And thy meat, which thou shalt eat, shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it.
Right, eat it at a certain time. Go ahead.
Thou shalt drink also water by measure.
Shall drink also water by measure. Go ahead.
The 6th part of an hin.
Read.
From time to time shalt thou drink.
So now, think about all that he just said. Clean food, have it at a certain time, eat this, eat that, have your meat at this, drink your water at this time, right? Okay, now look at the comparison he's about to give Ezekiel. Next verse.
And thou shalt eat it.
And thou shalt eat it, what he just said, go ahead.
As barley cakes.
Read.
And thou shalt bake it
with what?
With dung that cometh out of man in their sight.
So he said, all that I just gave you, now he said, look good, right? Yeah, all right, good. Now bake it with crap.
Bruh.
Bake it with some dung. And look what Ezekiel said. Because that's what we just saw, cow manure inside of our water. All right, this is what he told Ezekiel. And this is how Ezekiel responded. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
And that's us, because that's what we're doing. Because some of us still have to drink that water. Go ahead.
Then said I, Lord God, behold, my soul hath not been polluted.
And so he said, I've never did this before. I've never drunk or ate poop. I never did that. Go ahead.
For from my youth up, even till now, have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces.
Come on, read.
Neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth.
Now, this is what the Lord said. Go ahead.
Then he said unto me,
read.
Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung.
He said, I've given you what?
Cow's dung for man's dung.
Okay, go ahead.
And thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith.
So, he said, I've given you cow's dung, cow manure, instead of man's manure.
Wow.
So you can look at what we just had saw, or what we just had read about.
I'm gonna give you some fertilizer.
I'm gonna give you some of that. There you go.
Right.
Have at it. Eat that. Drink that.
He was in North Carolina.
Yeah, but he said he was in North Carolina. He said, yeah, here, eat that with some cow. Eat that with some human dung. No, I have never eaten anything that's unclean. All right, here's some cow. Here's some cow poo. How about that?
Right.
Wow.
And the point of this here, family, is to get you prepared for the things to come. Don't be sleeping. Don't be caught lacking out here. Give me Ezekiel 38:7. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure we getting our minds ready. Make sure you're repenting and praying. If you're repenting, or that you know you're an Israelite, and get your minds right. Read that.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 38 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
So we have to prepare for the things to come. Continue to prepare, guard ourselves, our families, us, the ones that's like-minded in these scriptures as well. The ones that's keeping the commandment, because that's what really gonna save us in those times, and especially when Christ returns.
So hey, that's some good stuff right there. Where's the Khalil, the thing I wanted you to pull up? Let's get that.
Get that real quick.
Right.
All right, so we went over a lot of stuff dealing with the signs of the time. Believe it or not, that was only 3 articles. It's just so much that's inside of all 3 of those. I mean, the drowning of cities, the fires that's constantly going out, right?
The deceiving,
right.
The food and water that we drink. Basic little things that surround you.
The air that we breathe.
The air that we breathe. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the air you breathe, the food you eat, and the places that you sleep might wind up getting drowned. That's what we're talking about. Roof over your head, bed to sleep, food to eat. That's what we're talking about. So, anyways, that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed that, but I do have to definitely mention this right here. So there's a lot of people, everybody knows about the human trafficking and the missing persons going on. So we have to make mention, and we will definitely make mention, and Lord will it, our brothers and sisters get found. A sister by the name of Talia Arnold. She was 15, black female, black hair color, brown eyes, 5'7". She weighs about 115 pounds. The last time that she was seen was April 27, 2023. So she was seen around 11:15 near Northwest Street, Falcon, NC. She was wearing a black shirt, gray hoodie, black leggings, black socks, and black Crocs. Contact Detective K. Norris at 919-677. I can't see the rest of the number.
5400, I think.
It's 5400? Yeah. All right. 910-677-5400. Next time, don't scratch that out if that was you that did that. All right. So let's make sure that we be involved with our communities. Let's try to find our missing brothers and sisters because nobody else is going to give a crap about them.
Right.
There's always going to be black vans inside of our neighborhoods and they don't know why they at. They have spray painted windows and whatnot. Let's make sure that we actually stay up on that and find our missing brothers and sisters. All right. So, hey, that concludes our show. Fire stuff. Hey, our email, if you want to contact us, is armorofgodradio@gmail.com. Again, armorofgodradio@gmail.com. The website, the official website of what we represent is www.israelunite.org. Again, www.israelunite.org. YouTube page, you can find us IUIC in the classroom. IUIC in the classroom, and us specifically is IUIC Raleigh. You can always contact us at 1-855-484-4842, extension 7098. Again, 1-855-484-4842, extension 7098. And you can find us again if you drive up, pull in, call us first. 111 South Market Street, Benson, North Carolina, 27504. Again, 111 South Market Street, Benson, North Carolina, 27504. And that concludes our show. And this is the
Armor of God, Armor of God Radio Show.